So the Xbox 360 store, today is officially the last day that it is going to be running and functioning and all that. And as of tomorrow, the store is going to be getting shut down. Now, we've actually made a couple of different videos of showcasing the store and seeing some nice discounts on some games, including some games that we've bought. We've even tried out like some single player games, and then even checking out some multiplayer games. And it actually amazes me how that there is still actually some people still playing some online games, including COD 4, a game that came out in the early days of the 360 console generation back in 2007. And then the same thing can be said with Grand Theft Auto 4, although Grand Theft Auto 4 is a little bit of a different story because we've only had one other Grand Theft Auto game besides GTA 4, where with Call of Duty, we almost have like 20 different games of Call of Duty titles to play from. Even some in the end of the 360 generation, some that came out for the Xbox One, and now even for the Xbox Series consoles. And it still amazes us that there's still people playing the old CODs like MW2 and COD 4 on especially the Xbox 360. But then again, these games are backwards compatible for Xbox One devices as well as the new Xbox Series consoles. So then again, almost everybody that has an Xbox console can actually play all of those games. So it might be just a little bit of a different story when it comes to the 360 games rather than the PlayStation 3 games, although there is a rumor and such that Sony is working on an emulator that will fully allow you to natively play PlayStation 3 games on the PlayStation 5. But with all that being said, let's switch on over and let's go through the Xbox 360 store one more last time right before the store shut down tomorrow, Monday, July 29th, 2024. So we're here on the Xbox 360 dashboard, and we have a hard copy of WWE 2K24, as you can see. And tomorrow, like I mentioned, is going to be the shutdown of the Xbox 360 store. And I don't know if it's going to change this, that you come to where your disc icon, or, well, disc is, like right up here where it says WWE 2K24. Now, I don't know if this is going to be affected by this, especially the gold icon, but I can actually see this is probably going to say connect to Xbox Live, but we really don't know until whenever tomorrow comes. But this is definitely no longer going to be here. So as you can see, you got My Games, and then of course you got the add-ons. Then you got Browse Games, where you can basically go through the store, which we'll go there in a second. Then you got Demos, and then you got Search Games, and then you pretty much got Search Games from A through Z. And then, of course, you got three of the most popular Xbox 360 games of all time: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Forza Horizon 2, and Grand Theft Auto 5, which, from what I've noticed, these two games, Call of Duty MW3 and Forza Horizon 2, are no longer available to buy on the Xbox 360 store. And heck, Forza Horizon 2 hasn't even been available to buy digitally on the Xbox One store for pretty much quite some time. But GTA 5 is actually still available to buy on the Xbox 360 store, because we're actually going to go to it. And yeah, it's still available to buy on the Xbox 360 store for $20. Now, that actually kind of amazes me, because of the fact that Rockstar actually shut down GTA Online for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I believe it was on December 16th, 2021. And it was like literally right before they were getting ready to re-release the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, the expanded and enhanced version of the game. So it does kind of amaze me that they... Oh yeah, it actually says it right there, and we were actually spot on. Yeah, because right here it says from right beside local capabilities, it says Grand Theft Auto Online on the Xbox 360 is shutting down on 12/16/21, which we're way past that. And then it says shark cards will not be sold after 9/15/21, and these changes have no impact on access or progression for Grand Theft Auto 5 story mode. So yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that they got it in the description of GTA 5. But the online is definitely what made Grand Theft Auto 5 be so popular. So it kind of amazes me that they still are selling this game for $20 when the online is shut down. That's not to say that the storyline is bad, because it's truthfully not. A lot of people have said that this is probably one of the best Grand Theft Auto storylines that Rockstar has ever created, which I would have to agree with that. I honestly think San Andreas is actually better, and a lot of people would say that as well. But GTA 5 did a very good job on the storyline. So, but the online is just what kind of shocks the crap out of me, than how, like, we're almost 3 years later from the shutdown, and yet they still got this game available to purchase, which it's kind of shocking. So let's go through and browse games real quick. And you still got your free-to-play games like World of Tanks. It almost took me a second to think of it there. Then you got, it looks to be like the last FIFA game for the 360, and wow, FIFA 19. And then one of the other most popular games from the 360 generation, Borderlands 2. I don't know. I doubt this game is available to buy, but I could be wrong. But as you can see, we actually currently own Borderlands 2 for the Xbox 360 digital. Oh, didn't mean to start that right there. And we're going to move over. That's a nice arcade game that I do remember a lot of people talked about, Limbo. And we also have this game as well. We actually got this game for the Xbox One as well, the Definitive Edition, I think it's called. But we also have this version as well, which is the 360 version. And actually, it definitely doesn't look super bad. It definitely does not look as good as a lot of newer, current, modern games. But in terms of visuals, I am going to say they're not super high quality, but they're not bad either for a game like this. And this is not, as far as I know, like a full-on AAA game or whatever. I think this might have been something like an exclusive for the 360 at the time. But it still looks pretty darn decent for what it can accomplish. Let's see. Call of Duty games. We're going to go here and see all of them. And it's kind of weird. I am going to admit, it is kind of strange that you can play Ghost and Advanced Warfare backwards compatible when those games were also released for the Xbox One altogether. So it's kind of weird altogether when you think about it. Like, wow, -1, that's kind of weird. And then you can honestly see, and then it says it on here too, -1. Like, you can just tell the storefront is not working properly like it should, because you've seen it said -1 instead of like an actual price tag for those games. But at the same time, like I mentioned, both of these Call of Duty games were like the first two games that were released for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 generation. Now, Ghost is a little bit of a different story, because if you, well, they took down the details, surprisingly, but apparently Call of Duty Ghost can actually run at a solid 1080p HD, full HD on the 360. But if you play Call of Duty Ghost, the native Xbox One version, it's actually cut down to 720p. So that, when it comes to Call of Duty Ghost, between both the Xbox One and 360 versions of it, that's kind of a bit strange if you ask me. Especially the 360 being able to hit at a higher resolution rather than the Xbox One, which was way more powerful. So yeah, that And because of the fact that these two games, you can just play the 360 versions on your Xbox One, is just insane when you can literally get the native versions of those games on Xbox One, that even with the 720p resolution of Ghost, is still going to look 2 to 3 times better than the 360 version. But when it comes to resolution, it's just crazy to think that Ghost can actually hit a 1080p resolution rather than a 720p, when I think it should be the other way around. But then you got all the other games like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, the classic MW3 and MW2, and then even COD 4, as well as Call of Duty 3 and Call of Duty 2. I'm going to see if this game is still available too. Wow. This game was actually on sale just the other day for only $10. I honestly can't believe that this game is still, or it went back up to $20. So, yeah. And this is the original COD 4 game, and I was actually, like, surprised. I mean, even with this screenshot, you can just be like, wow, how does that even still look decently good? Now, you can tell some of the textures, like especially in this image, don't look quite as to par, especially with something like one of the newer Call of Duty titles. But for its time, and for as old as this game is, when it comes to its like original graphics that you're seeing right here, it surprisingly still holds up well for its age. And honestly, I'm going to admit it. I know a lot of people probably are going to disagree on this, but the Modern Warfare games, in my opinion, did look better than the Black Ops games when it came to Black Ops 1 and 2 and the Modern Warfare trilogy on the Xbox 360 and PS3 generation. Like, literally, like, the Modern Warfare games, in my opinion, look the best in terms of the graphics rather than the Black Ops games. And that's not saying that the Black Ops games were bad by any means, but they had like a little bit of a more of like an art cartoony style to them. And it makes sense because there were two different companies making these games. Treyarch was the one developing the Black Ops games, and then you of course got Infinity Ward that was developing the Modern Warfare games, as well as Ghost and Infinite Warfare and whatnot later on. But they were the company that was developing the Modern Warfare games, and I think that Infinity Ward was actually doing a little bit of a decent, better job. But there is definitely COD fans out there that still love the Black Ops series, no matter what the graphics are, and they still love either Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2. And Black Ops 2 is still a good Call of Duty game still to this day. Like, the zombies is honestly probably the best mode, well, the best zombies out there out of all the CODs. And honestly, I thought Cold War was decent. A lot of my friends did not like Cold War, but Black Ops 2 zombies, still to this day, is the best zombies in all the Call of Duty games. I just love the maps. It has the best maps. It has awesome, like, guns. It's just the best overall zombies, in my opinion. And so that's all the Call of Duty games. So we're going to go through... Actually, hold on. Let's look at most popular. That's another idea. Oh, wow. Minecraft is actually the most popular game on the Xbox 360, at least when it comes to... Or, well, no, this might be with all games. And it looks like there is a total of 467 most popular games from this 360 generation. And let's look through those. Oh wow, The Walking Dead, Terraria, heck, even State of Decay. Harm's Way, I can honestly see. It's actually a pretty decent arcade racing game, and it's actually free to play. And that actually makes me wonder, I might actually try that game again and replay it. Hydro Thunder, I know, would have been a good one. That's a game that I got from my friend a long time ago, and it's a pretty scary game. Trials HD, that's definitely a game I remember getting for some some whatever free promotion thing for doing whatever, and we got it for free. Sonic Adventure 2. I'm going to check this one out. Ooh. It is actually $10. So, you know something? I might actually get this game before the shutdown. Far Cry Classic? Wow. The original Far Cry is on there. I forgot about that game, Fire Pro Wrestling. But honestly, I don't think it would be a game that I would like. That's another game I also forgot about. So surprising. And then there's the original Call of Duty, like the first Call of Duty. Right there is the original Call of Duty right there. Let's see. DW Battlegrounds. All Dynasty, yeah, whatever, Warrior. Far Cry Blood Dragon. That one was a pretty decent Far Cry game, like an expansion to Far Cry 3. Oh, and there's the first Sonic Adventure game. Ooh, it's actually $5. I might actually get this one as well, but I don't know yet. Ooh, Dead Rising 2, Case West, Alan Wake's American Nightmare. That must have been a decent game. Pac-Man CE. Never heard that one. I know there's a lot of Pac-Man games out there, but I'd never heard that one. Ooh, Rayman 3 HD was a pretty popular one. Oh, Sonic 4. Well, technically Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Now this was the latest Sonic the Hedgehog game. And, okay, it is playable on Xbox One. Okay, so this game, however, won't go away. But I'm going to actually look at the other Sonic the Hedgehog 4. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to type it in and look at that real quick. Actually, no. Let's just go to the S's real quick. Because if I remember correctly, I think the Episode 2 might actually be the only one that is backwards compatible on Xbox One. Let's see if the first one is. Let's see. Sonic the Episode 2. Nope. It's actually also on there too. Okay. Well, I don't have to worry about these classic Hedgehog Sonic games going away. I know I said that weird. Oh, wow. It actually surprisingly hits a 1080p resolution. If you look right there on HD TV capabilities, it actually can hit 1080p resolution. Okay, so all in the same thing with Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. Alright, I guess we don't have to worry about those games ever disappearing. Because once the storefront gets shut down tomorrow, all the games that are currently backwards compatible on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, you can still purchase those backward compatible games. Like all of these Sonic games, you can literally purchase them once after the store gets shut down. And you can play them on an Xbox One. Now, transferring over to a 360, so like if you was to buy one of these on an Xbox One after the store gets shut down and you hopped over to your 360, I don't know if they will appear in your download history. I don't see why they wouldn't, but that would be honestly something we can honestly try out and make a new video on. But yeah, I guess the Sonic games, even the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, are also backwards compatible on Xbox One and Series consoles. But yeah, that's something we're going to have to actually check out after the store gets shut down, is we purchase one of those games and then we'll go on over back to our 360 after we purchase them and see if it got transferred into our 360 download history. Like if you go over here to account, I don't know why I did that, and then go down to download history, it'll show you your latest stuff that you've purchased. And right now with those games that we bought a couple weeks ago that were on sale, Far Cry 4, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Guns, Skyrim, and both Resident Evil games, we got all of those from the 360. So that definitely would be something new to make a video on, just to see if the games got transferred over. If they are, then that's at least one positive way, at least for when it comes to the backward compatible games, that you can continue to purchase and even switch over to your Xbox 360 console if you still, not saying that you would, but like, let's just say you like the Xbox 360 controller better than the Xbox One, and you want to be able to still purchase those games and then see if they transfer over to your 360 so you can play those games with the 360 controller. So that would be honestly something we could have to take a look into. But yeah, this is definitely the 360 store. So this is the last time. I figured we would just make a video just to showcase you guys and show you like how it looks and everything right before it officially gets closed down. But yeah, it is kind of really sad to see, especially with games like all of these games that don't have the Xbox One, icon at the bottom that shows that you can play them on Xbox One. So all of these games that don't have Xbox One at the bottom, these games are going to be all gone. And then the disc copies of some of these games, they're actually going to go sky high through the roof. So, yeah, I understand it is going to be very, very sad for all these games that are just going to completely disappear and vanish out of thin air, and they're just not going to be available to purchase no longer again, especially some of the arcade games that you could only get via digital download. Now, hard copy games, some games are going to go up in price because of the fact that you cannot buy these games, or I should say, those games on the discs anymore digitally. So the only way to get them is to find a decent disc. I know I mumbled there, but to find a great quality, like decent condition disc, yeah, that means prices for the hard copy games are going to go high through the roof. So, yeah. So, this is definitely the Xbox 360 store. This is the very last time before the official shutdown tomorrow. So, I figured, why not make one more video just to share with you guys the store and just talk about it before it completely gets shut down tomorrow, Monday, July 29th, 2024. So, yeah. So this is the store. And honestly, there are some games I would like to get, but right now, due to money, I think I'm pretty good with all the games that I currently, already have digital as it alone. Actually, I'm going to check Max Payne 2 before we do end the video. And wow, I figure that game would actually be a little bit cheaper. This, oh my gosh, this is an original Xbox game. And it kind of surprisingly still looks good, but then it also surprisingly does not. Like, if you look at that people's skins, the skin does not look good at all. But what makes it honestly still look good in visuals is the detail on the skin and the blood on all that stuff on his shirt, even though it just looks not that great. There's just some things, some part of the visuals that do look good and some part of the visuals that don't. But then again, this is an original Xbox game after all. But I just figured I'd take a look at that one. But, yeah, tomorrow's officially the end of the Xbox 360 store. And you will not be able to buy any of the games that are no longer backwards compatible. And like I mentioned, if you was wondering if you have a 360 console and if you buy any of the backward compatible titles on an Xbox One or Xbox Series console, and rather to know if the game's transferred over to your download history on a 360, that will definitely be something that we will actually have to look into. But other than that, the 360 store is going to be gone after tomorrow. So I figured I'd make this one more quick video to showcase the store, and, this will probably be a video, honestly, that would probably live on for a long time because people are going to want to see the Xbox 360 store and how it looks and such from whatever. I think this video is probably going to get views for a very long time, because people are just going to be like, wow, what did a 360 store look like and such, after hearing it from one of their friends, and they're going to want to see just how it looked. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a memorable video that is going to live on our channel for pretty much ever. But it's sad, and I know, but honestly, Microsoft has to do it anyway in order to keep, like, profits going through, and to keep the stores for, like, Xbox One and the Xbox Series consoles going through. If they're not making money off of a store like this, then yeah, there's just no reason to keep the store up and running. Now, I could maybe possibly see maybe someday in the future Microsoft might have like an online better way or something like that, like a marketplace on the internet maybe, to where you can still purchase some of the 360 games with your account, but you probably just won't be able to purchase the games on the console alone, because the store on this console is going to be shut down. Not saying that's what Microsoft is going to do, but that's something I can honestly see Microsoft might actually do in the future, is maybe on like Xbox.com or something, they might pull the 360 marketplace back up on just the online, like, Xbox site or whatever, but not on the 360 console anymore. And you could just purchase your games on there and then get on the 360 and download them. Not saying, like I stated, that's what Microsoft is going to do, but if a lot of people are upset by this and they keep getting, bothered by it after months or whatever, that's just something I could see Microsoft probably doing in the future, is they might have a marketplace on the internet to where you can buy the unbackward compatible 360 titles, and then you could just log in to your 360 and go to your download history and download them. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Just a thought. But I hope you enjoyed this one last video of the Xbox 360 store before the shutdown tomorrow, July 29th, 2024. If this is a video you liked, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And also, let us know in the comment section down below if this is actually really heartbreaking, and what is some of your favorite memorable games that you played on the Xbox 360. What is the best memories of games that you had on the Xbox 360? So that's going to pretty much do it for this video. So hit that like button if you enjoy the content, subscribe if you're new, and let us know in the comment section down below if this is honestly heartbreaking for you, for the store getting shut down, and what is some of your favorite games that you played in terms of your memories that you enjoyed a lot. But this is Tech and Gaming Reviews. Hope you enjoyed the video. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.